What up, family? It's Brother Ron, the trucker evangelist, representing the Air Force cap. As you can see, my new cap just got here, situated in Springdale, Arkansas. I'm eating at this rib place. Like it's gonna be pretty good food. Called the Rib Crib, place that I found right next to the pilot. As you can see, I got a nice clean shave. Don't normally shave all my facial hair, but thought I'd do that. And been a minute, so makes me look slightly younger, but gives me a different look, I guess, based on the facial hair I had before. But yeah, representing my Air Force stuff today, and get some good food here. But just wanted to give a quick update on my status, and been driving all day from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, to just got here to Springdale, like I mentioned, Arkansas, and about to sit down for a bite of dinner, and got situated at the pilot, just a walking distance from the restaurant. Had to reserve parking, which is kind of a bummer. Costs sometimes $20-$30 for these parking spaces, which is cuts into your budget, but it is what it is when you're a trucker, especially when you own your own trucking business. But a lot of these things you get back at the end of the year in taxes, so it's helpful, but I still don't like to pay that much for parking. It's just it's kind of a frustration sometimes. But I tell you a brief blessing that happened to me as I was in the midst of trying to pay for it with my Com Data card. That's the card that they give us in our business. I had just got it activated, and I was having some issues with it to pay for my parking, and this gentleman that was in line with me, he paid for my parking. He even blessed me to the point where he wanted to pay for my food, and I guess he could sense my frustration a little bit, and just blessed me tremendously. I knew God was working with him, and only thing he asked is pay it forward. And you know, being that I'm a minister and evangelist and have blessed many people, and you know, it always comes back to you. That's why I always say, if you're a blessing and you give, it always comes back to you. It's the sign of a circle, you know, it's reciprocal. Whatever you do when you give, like Jesus says, it's better to give than to receive. When you give, it always comes back. Somebody will come to your rescue. There'll be a ram in a bush. It'll be somebody who will step up when you need them to help you, and that's what happened with me just not too long ago. Actually, maybe less than 30 minutes ago. So, you know, God has tremendously blessed me in many ways, and I always try to pay it forward. I always try to assist people in their time of need, and God always brings it back to me 100%. So, you know, the key to giving is 100%. It's not 10%, 15%, 20%. It's no percentages. It's just 100. It's, you give your heart, your soul, your mind, everything to the Lord, and then He gives you so much back more. I mean, it's incalculable how much God does for us and provides for us. And all we have to do is ask many times, and the need is provided. We got this whole thing twisted as far as storing things to ourselves and trying to accumulate a certain amount of wealth in our bank accounts, and it's not how it works. God is the creator. He owns everything. The Bible says that He owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. So God owns us. He owns every created thing that there is. So because He owns it all, He gives it to who He wants to. Wealth comes from Him. It doesn't come from Satan. It doesn't come from ourselves. It comes from Him. He is the one that provides and allows for us to have wealth, to have money, to have, but it comes through industry too as well. If we work, as the scripture says, if you don't work, you don't eat. So me getting to enjoy this wonderful meal that I'm about to eat, some 3 bones of ribs, some green beans and some okra with the nice Arnold Palmer. That's my favorite drink, as you can see here. Arnold Palmer is basically a mixture of sweet tea and lemonade. Arnold Palmer is a great golfer. Really, his combination was 3/4 sweet tea, 1/4 pink lemonade, but most people just make it with sweet tea and lemonade, half and half. But it's always been my drink of choice. If I don't drink water, just straight water with lemon. But on occasion, I'll have a root beer or cream soda or something, but don't drink too many sodas that often. But on occasion, I will. Those are my preferences, but try to drink more water than anything. Try to drink quite a bit of water through the day, and usually snack on fruits or vegetables in the truck, or fruit-based snacks. I do like some meat products that I can eat for my diet. Beef jerky, stuff like that. Those kind of satisfy me until I get to a place where I can have lunch or dinner. I had a lunch earlier today at Arby's, and I just had a couple of small sliders and some crinkled fries. Try to stay away from potatoes, but sometimes it's all you have. And I usually substitute potatoes with onion rings, but they didn't have any. I don't think they have onion rings at Arby's. They might, but I think it's mainly just regular curly fries or crinkle fries. But I'm on this Netflix diet challenge from Dr. Ian Smith, where you intermittently fast for 14 hours and then you have a 10-hour window where you can eat. So I'm in that 10-hour window. I think mine started, you usually can do it while you sleep. So I went to bed about 11 last night and got up about 6 this morning, got a good 7 hours of sleep. And so you're, with this fasting that you do it from the time you go to bed or whenever you stop eating. And usually generally try to stop eating somewhere around 8, 9 o'clock. But I kind of had a late dinner yesterday, but probably about 6 or 7. So I did get stopped eating at the normal time that I try to stop eating. And went to bed at 11, got up at 6 this morning, as I mentioned. And so that 14-hour window is 12, so 11 to 11 is 12, then I added 2 more, which is 12-1. So I was able to start eating around 1 o'clock. I think I started, I'm munching on some stuff around 12, 12:30. So if you break it slightly before your 14, you just start your 10 there, and then you have that 10-hour window. So my 10-hour window is from about 12 to like 10 tonight. So I'll probably stop eating something by 8. So right now it's presently almost 8 o'clock. So I'm actually gonna go a little bit past that. So I have my dinner and then settle down for the evening, and probably take a little small walk before I lay it down. But it's the life of a trucker. We try to be very incremental in our time. Today was a long driving day for me. I drove about 10 hours and did about 10:55, almost 11 hours completely. I drove about 600 and a little bit over 600 miles today, which is a very good haul today. Started out in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and ended here in Springdale, Arkansas. So went through about 6 states, and I'm not far from my old company that I work for called Pan Transport. They have a facility in Tontitown. That's where their primary headquarters are. That's the company that I started trucking with. And that right down the street actually from here, from Springdale. Springdale is basically a suburb of let's see, what's the bay? I think like Bentonville, where Walmart's headquarters and stuff is. But yeah, Arkansas. It's not far from Fort Smith actually, where I'm currently at. So I got a little bit of a haul still to get to New Orleans. I'm headed to New Orleans. I have to be there by 7:30 on Thursday. That's my delivery time. But I'm doing pretty good with my time. I've got a pretty good day of driving tomorrow. Another good 10 hours of driving, and then I should be pretty close to my destination. So I should be well within the ability to deliver at the 7:30 appointment time. So So yeah, I'm pretty decent as far as my schedule. But you know, trucking is kind of got to be really good with your time and be very timely with how you set up your trips and things like that. So just a part of the business that requires some practice and you get better over time as far as trip planning and times that you stop for gas and things like that. So yeah, it's just part of the business. But yeah, I'm looking forward to having this dinner and sitting down and eating and just relaxing for a few minutes before I get back to my truck and organize some things in my truck and get ready to lay it down. I usually try to schedule like 3 hours before my 7-hour sleep time, which is the 10-hour break that we have to take when we get shut down. So I usually try to spend about an hour in some sort of exercise if I can, and then an hour of reading or studying, and an hour of some sort of entertainment, you know, like to watch a movie or YouTube or do something like that, you know, just something comedic is what I like to do. And that'll satisfy those 3 hours. Then I have my 7-hour sleep time, and that takes up that 10 hours. And then I get up, start the day all over again. Started get myself together. Usually have a 15-minute pre-trip for my truck, and then get back at it. So been doing good with my gas. My gas has been, I filled up when I was in Sioux Falls, and so I'm doing pretty good with my gas. Probably have about a half a tank left and about half a tank of my DEF fuel. In the trucking business, we have 2 tanks. We have the tank for diesel, and then we have what we call DEF fuel. It's called diesel, DEF, diesel something fuel. It's like an additive that they put in there to help burn the fuel more efficiently, and where there's less toxins and stuff from the fuel. But yes, what it diesel emission fluid is what it is. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry about the minute.
Oh no, you're fine. Thank you. Oh no, I appreciate you. Yes, ma'am. So my waitress just brought me my food. As you can see, it's a pretty nice haul here. Got my 3 rib pieces, and then got some toast, which I don't know if I eat the toast or not. I made some looks like some baked beans and some okra, but I asked for green beans, but I may have to go back and ask her. It looks like they may not have had green beans, but I'll go back up there and ask them. But yeah, it's pretty good. I don't normally eat regular beans, but I do eat them on occasion. Those baked beans look good, but if they have some green beans, I like to eat something green if I normally can get it. But the fried okra looks good, and so okra is good. Sometimes fried is not always the best option, but I can splurge a little bit. So yeah, this is a nice meal right here. Let's see if I can, yeah. But I'm gonna go back up here and ask the waitress if they had green beans, and they'll probably just add me some green beans to what I got here. But that's our day. Just giving y'all an update. I appreciate everybody out there. Y'all continue to pray for me while I'm on the road, and I pray for y'all. If you have any questions or concerns or prayer requests or anything, don't hesitate to put it in the comments, and I'll post another video possibly tomorrow, whenever the Lord wills. But hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's safe. Hope everybody's having a good day. And again, this is Brother Ron, the Trucking Evangelist, signing out. Love you guys. Peace. Take care.